Pulling up in the whip all black, getting to the money like that. I've been going hard, I was
got
going.
Ceez in the building.
Yeah.
Long time coming. Introduce yourself to people in the studio who don't know who you are. Introduce yourself to people who are listening that might not know who you are. What's good? Who is Ceez?
I am Ceez, formerly Ceez Luciano from Southside Providence, Rhode Island.
Ooh, Southside is in the building.
Yeah, man. I do my thing. You must have heard around about me.
We've heard
especially lately.
Lately, you've been making moves, but you've been doing this for a while now.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to tell us a little bit about where you started? How long ago was that? When did you start rapping?
I feel like my first mixtape I dropped in 2010 or 2011.
Okay.
And it was mostly like a compilation. It wasn't like really polished. It was just me rapping as a hobby and trying to turn it into something I could give people. It's like, you rap. Everybody hears that you rap, and you never have a collection of things to give to people. So I put out my first mixtape in that sense, and I've just been grinding ever since. Just stepping it up business-wise along the way and learning more things and creating trying to create a brand that sticks.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's working, man. It's definitely working. Now, what was the name of your first project?
Officially, my first project was called Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
Damn.
Everybody got that, man.
It's vintage, y'all. There's a lot of people that got it. There's a lot of people
yeah?
that got it out there. Yeah, it's still on DJ Booth.
Okay.
They were the first people to rock with me, like on a blog / platform. I love it.
All right.
Was that in 2011 too, or?
I believe so. I think it was 2011, or I might have worked on it 2010 and let it out 2011.
Yeah, I definitely heard some buzz about that for sure.
Word. So you've been grinding for a while now. It's 2015. Right? It is 2015.
Yeah, still.
2015, pull-ups all over the radio, everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere.
Smooth,
So it's nice to see someone from South Providence. Me and J2O were right there in the hood.
All right.
So it's nice to see someone, progress from where we come from.
Exactly.
You feel me? Tell me a little bit about how, growing up on the South Side, South Prov, how did that influence your journey? What were some of the things that you had to go through to get to where you are right now? And what does it mean? I mean, you're on Hot 106, you know what I'm saying? And I know growing up, that's all I listened to. Hot 106 was the, when this dude, when the freaking Puerto Rican was on air, that's what I remember. So what's good? Tell me about growing up in Southside and how that really, influenced your journey.
Growing up from out here, I feel like we never really get to see somebody make it to that. I mean, I guess we saw the Blue Cantrells and John B, and they make it to a platform where it's like, yes, we got somebody repping for us, but it's short-lived. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why that is. I can't comment on what that's about. But I know to see somebody actually do it from here, or even make it on Hot 106, where it's like, no shot to the station, but a lot of radio nowadays is programmed. You know what I'm saying? So to get on a mix show on Hot 106 is pretty humbling, because I know it's not a common thing from where we're from. So I definitely appreciate all the process and the journey, you know what I'm saying? Especially doing things that I even artists that I looked up to locally haven't reached, you know what I'm saying? And that's not a knock on anybody, but
who are some of the artists you look up to locally?
John Hope.
For sure. You were just on what do you call it? Gambling Man this summer.
Man.
Which was dope. He said that was one of the classic verses of that project, and I think that whole project is a classic itself. So that's a really good compliment.
Yeah, watching him, Roger, even Kari Durgan's crucial. It's a lot of artists that inspire me for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Either their creative genius or the way they put words together. It's you got to pick up, I guess, inspiration from everyone that's doing it around you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you're buzzing right now. Let's be honest. You're buzzing. You're all over the radio. You know what I'm saying? You got a hot feature you just dropped. What was the name of that new joint you just dropped?
Westchester County with Dave East.
Westchester County with Dave East. And Dave East right now, in case the audience don't know, he's popping right now.
Yeah, he just dropped a drama tape. Hate Me Now.
So, you know,
Which
let
is
me ask you a
official.
question.
Yeah,
That's serious to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've been catching on to this dude for like 2.5 weeks.
Mhm.
And I'm already like, you know what I'm saying, seeing videos on World Star and everything like that. So, you know, working with Dave East, how was that? You know what I'm saying? How did that happen?
My manager ended up reaching out to his manager, and we just chopped it up like that. But I was hearing about Dave East for a minute just because, like, one of my idols looking up to rap is Nas.
Mhm.
And I pay attention to his label,
That's
Master
his
Pill,
boy.
and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I heard a few of his mixtapes, and I'm like, I could vibe with him, especially if I feel like we got a connection where we going musically. You know what I'm saying? It has to make sense. I can't do a record with, I mean, not that I can't, because I could pull those records out, but I'd rather do a record with someone that it feels organic, and we're gonna make something that we both like and can stand behind, instead of just making a song for the sake of like your name's buzzing. You know what I'm saying? Like or anything like that.
Sure. Sheesh. All right, so, you know, you mentioned that you was out a couple years ago, 2011, and, you know, we did some research, and, you know, you got this hot joint, got like 20,000 views, you know what I'm saying, with my man Kid Daytona.
Oh, word.
Yeah, that joint was fresh.
Thank
So,
you.
you know, working with Kid, you know what I'm saying, and then taking a break for so long, you know what I'm saying, like, it seemed like right as you started buzzing, you know, you kind of like dimmed out a little bit. So can you explain what you was going through, you know, during your transition period?
Creatively, I was stuck in, like, I felt like a lot of stuff that I was doing wasn't working because I wasn't getting the reception that I wanted.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of stuff that I put my soul into, I wasn't getting the reciprocal back, and it took a lot out of me. Like, I fell back from music for a long time because I felt like, what am I exerting myself for if I'm not at least getting, like, I don't feel like I'm getting peace with what I'm receiving from what I'm putting out. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm gonna try my hardest to get nothing back, it just weighed on me.
Yeah.
So I took a little bit of time. I came up with Black Thursday 3 at the time, which was completely left from what I was doing. It was more turned up beats. It's just like what people wanted to hear versus what I wanted to make. But at the same time, I had to find a balance. And now I feel like I'm at the point where everything's balanced. I could give you content and not have to compromise, you know what I'm saying, what I want to represent.
That's crazy, man.
That's true, man. That's true.
Yo, so I don't really remember, but, you know, Pull Up, it was a very, like, you know, jingly joint. It was also real, though. You know what I'm saying? I liked it a lot. I think it's definitely a radio smash. Everybody knows it. But, you know, how did you come up with that joint right there? Because that joint right there is, like, completely different. Like,
yeah, so that's one of the things. Like, I'm working with a new management team that we just added to the team. So they kind of gave me a new insight on how to approach the game. Like, I know that I could rap. You know what I'm saying? And given the opportunity, I could show that I could rap. So that's not even any of my concern. You know what I'm saying? So I needed something to reach an audience to bring back to my original craft. You know what I'm saying? So Pull Up is one of those records. I was going through something at the time, you know what I'm saying, with a certain female that's in and out of my life, and she inspired that record, man. She inspired it.
Cool,
top to bottom. It's almost like it came as soon as I heard the beat. I knew what I wanted to do to it, and I freestyled, like I call it Jay-Z in a song, like when you know go in 4 bars at a time, or like, and I did that for the first verse. I listened to it back. I'm like, yo, that's not even that bad. You know what I'm saying? I sent this to my homies, and they're like, yo, that's the one, man. We running with that, and it just happened to work out like that. I've been getting support from several different DJs around like this area and tri-state. So
it's dope.
Yeah.
So how does Shorty feel that, you know, this song is playing on all these platforms?
She actually, she loves it.
Is she trying to pull up or she's pulling out?
No, we, you know.
Get out of here, man.
I'm still pulling up, man. Still pulling up.
Word.
And yeah, man, she loves the record. A lot of her friends love the record, so you know.
Dope.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a dope record. You know what I'm saying? So this is buzzing all over the place. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be making moves. You're all over the place. You got this track at the top right now.
Yeah.
Everyone's hearing it, different outlets, and you know people are supporting you. What's next? You know, it's time to make these moves. Do you have a project coming out? What can people expect?
For like a collective, I've been working on something called Almighty Sundays, where it's I try to put out a record each Sunday, but I haven't really been consistent with it because of just different PR placements and things like that. I have to wait for premieres and yada yada yada. So I haven't been keeping up on putting them out on Sundays. But I'm gonna put a compilation of the tracks that I've been leaking on the Sundays.
Okay.
And besides that, I got something I'm working on called a collection, which is more of a compilation as well. It's just taking a few tracks that I feel like should be rediscovered, especially now that I guess I'm really at a point where people are paying attention. So I got a few tracks that I feel like should be out again. So I'm gonna put them in a little, package it up, make it real nice. And other than that, I'm cooking again with my boy Marv. So you should expect like a free, free EP, free like LP soon. You know what I'm saying? Just a whole new sound.
Okay. So it's just the beginning right now. We have a lot of
definitely,
stuff in store. And you're over at Trade this week, right?
Trade this week. Trade Saturday, November 7th.
I heard it's
7
gonna
to
be lit.
It's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be lit. So what
Narragansett Beer is giving us free beer and wine all night. Just RSVP. I'm gonna tweet the link out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word.